For my how-to speech, I'm going to teach you guys how to change a tire. Now, if you're driving on the side of the road and you happen to get a flat tire, you can't call anybody. You actually probably could, but you're just going to change it by yourself. You're going to have to pull off to the side of the road, put it in park. Now, if you have a stick shift, like this magnificent vehicle here, you have to put it in first gear and put your emergency brake on and then turn your emergency flashers on so that you don't get hit. Now, you're going to have to locate your jack, and with most vehicles today, they come with a scissor jack right here, and if you turn this right here clockwise, it'll jack up and down, and you usually do that with the wrench that it comes with. And for this vehicle, it came with a bottle jack, and the same principle, clockwise up, clockwise, or counterclockwise down. And that also came with these, which is used to take the spare tire down, and that's located under the bed, but I'm not going to use the spare tire today because I just don't want it. And so to take off the lug nuts, I'm going to use a breaker bar, and I'll use that here a little bit. And with older model trucks, you have a 4-way lug wrench, and I would use this, but it does not fit any lug nuts on this. Now, if you're at home and you have a flat tire, you can always use an impact driver, and you just plug that into an air compressor, and it just takes them off 100 times faster. So, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. And I need to take off the wheel cover. And see, this just has like a little hook on it, and there's a little black square right here. And I stick that in there, and just take it off just like that. Set that up there, set that up there too. And I need to get these lug nuts off. I'm gonna take my breaker bar. It's got a socket on there. Fits right onto the lug nuts. And now with this step, you're just gonna break the lug nuts loose because you don't want to take them all the way off. You just wanna make them loose where you can loosen them or tighten them just with your fingers. So just gonna, well, that one's already loosened, but you're just gonna break it. Just make sure that they're loose, see? And now, because of time constraints, I'm gonna go ahead and get the rest of those loosened, and when I come back, I'm gonna go show you guys how to jack the car off the ground. Okay, now we're back. We've already loosened up all the lug nuts on the wheel. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to jack up the car, all right? I'm using a floor jack. It's a lot easier than the jacks that I've showed you before, and this is all it takes to get the car off the ground. And I'm gonna do this till it's about 1.5 inches, maybe 2 off the ground. Then I'm gonna slide my jack stand, which is this, right back under the axle. Well, a little bit more. A little bit, you want to place it a little bit in front of the axle, because when you lower the jack, the car is going to want to go forward. So lower that slowly, and it gets right on there. But you're going to keep the floor jack on there just for safety reasons. Now, you're going to take your lug wrench here, and you're just going to want to get all these off. But I already have all those loosened, so just going to take those off. Just like this. And once you get these off, you're going to want to put them in a safe place so that you can use them later. And for me, I just take them right in the lug nut cover, and that's just set them wherever because you're going to need them later. Now I'm going to go ahead and take all these off, and then I'll come back to you. I'm going to go ahead and take the wheel off, and I'll come back, and we're going to put the wheel on. Alright, so now I've got all the lug nuts off the wheel. As you can see, there are no more. So to take it off, I'm just going to take my hand in the back of the tire and put one under here and just pull it off. And then, since it's going to be a flat tire, you're just going to want to set it to the side. Now, since you know I didn't get my spare tire down, I'm just going to reuse this one. So, just you want to bring it up, put it up against the hub. So you're going to want to put your foot right at the bottom. You're going to want to get it at a slant so that it's a lot easier to get up on the hub. Now, put one knee on the ground. Use your leg as leverage for your arm, either right hand or left hand dominant. You just want to grab it, lift it up there, make sure it's on the hub. Now, you don't have to align it just yet, but I mean, it's already aligned, so once it's on there, you can turn it or whatever, and then just push up against it, and then it's good to go. And now you're going to want to get your lug nuts from earlier. And this part is pretty crucial because if you don't have them on there in the right way, the the wheel will not stay on. It'll be uneven, and that's not good. So you can put both knees up against the truck tire. That way it's somewhat even. And the lug nuts go on a specific way. So you have to make sure which way it is. And you're going to put them in like kind of like an X fashion. That way both sides of the tire are even. And you just want to get those finger tight again. And you're going to want to do that for all 8 of the bolts. So I'm going to go ahead and get these lug nuts on here, and we're going to turn the camera back on, and then I'm just going to show you how to finish up. All right, now I'm just kind of snugging up these lug nuts here because you don't want to get them too tight because, I mean, you just don't want to. You want to wait till the truck is on the ground completely. So just tightening them up a little bit. Now, if you come back to the back of the truck, I'm going to go ahead and take the jack stand off. So, again, gotta make sure this is tight. Just kind of get it off the ground enough to where you can get under there and get the jack stand out. Now, then, and you really want to do this slow. Okay? That's perfect right there. Okay, pull that out. Then you're gonna come back over here. Again, double check to make sure the lug nuts are tight. That's an important part because if these aren't tight, you don't have a wheel. So just make sure those are tight. And then with your wheel cover again, now these got these little lips in here and those go around the lug nuts. So you're just gonna want to line them up just like that. Kind of here. Just like that. Now, because, you know, that's how to change a tire, and temporary tires are just that, temporary. So as soon as you get back to where you're going, you know, call your dealership or wherever you go to fix your car, tell them, hey, I need a tire now. So now, whoever didn't know how to change a tire, you now know. So thank you for listening.